Don't go.
Welcome to the Vinny Rock Podcast.
I took the blows and did it my way.
It's time. The Vinny Rock Podcast.
What's up? What's up? It's the Vinny Rock Podcast. Today we have Gerardo Cazares. I'm going to fuck that up 100 times, but I love it. He's an artist. He's a veteran. We're going to talk about some of the stuff he does. It is, I just jumped in here and you were talking, and when you say visceral, that word, it means a lot to me in what your art kind of presents itself. So we'll talk about it. First, let's get to these sponsors. You already know our Core Medical Group is a testosterone replacement therapy company that will send testosterone replacement therapy directly to your fucking house. You guys go check it out. It's Core Medical Group. They're a great company. You can hit me directly. I'll send you the information from my boy who will get you started and set up. I recommend that if you're a veteran, if you're a man over 25, go get your blood work done. Why not? Go get it checked, see where you're at. And if you have low T, let's get it fixed. Go hit up Core Medical Group. Next, we got Live Bearded. This beard is beautiful, bold, and strong because of Live Bearded. I love that company. They're good people. It's veteran-owned. They're all about a positive outlook on life and having great-looking beards. Go check them out at Live Bearded. Use promo code ROCCO. Willie Pete's Chocolate is a veteran-owned company. He makes the chocolate and he grows the peppers out of his own home. I support this man because I love what he does and I love his chocolates. You guys go check him out at williepeachchocolate.com. Is it .com? Mike, can you check on that? Make sure it's not .org. Willie Peach Chocolates. I just want to make sure I get everyone the right information. Bullion Box is a subscription-based company that provides precious metals, silver, gold, directly to your house, all these kind of cool coins and collectibles. You can get a subscription box from them. Make sure you use the promo code Rocco or let them know Rocco sent you to get yourself a little discount on that. It is Bullion Box. I'm going to get as well, if you don't mind, Mike, give me the actual URL for Bullion Box because they changed ownership. It's not owned by GMR Gold anymore, and they are on their own, so they're thriving. And so we stayed on board with them as they've kind of changed their business platform. So Bullion Box, we're going to get you the information you need. You got Barry Law. Barry Law is a law firm that helps veterans get the disability ratings they deserve. I had him on a podcast here and they talked about how they saved a veteran's life. They changed his life by getting his back pay, and he had I believe it was a significant amount of money where he was able to buy a house, get himself a new career, and get back on his feet after living under a bridge for years. Barry Law is a company that is owned by veterans, started by veterans, and is here for you veterans. They're advocates for you. Hit them up at ptsdlawyers.com. They can help you get the ratings you deserve. Modern Gun School is a distance learning armor school that will help you get your armor certificates online using your evoke rehab, using your GI Bill. Hit them up at Modern Gun School, or you can use www.mgs.edu. Okay. We have Patriot. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. We have another sponsor right now. It's called Deadeye Outfitters. It is. Have you ever heard of them at all? Gerardo, you ever heard of them?
Yeah.
Deadeye Outfitters is like an outdoor brand. We started doing flannels with them and socks, and they're giving a lot of money to charities and veteran organizations. I love them. They're a new sponsor of ours. I'll make sure we add all that in our links so you guys can know who the sponsors are. And last but not least, Manscaped. Manscaped is a new sponsor. Use promo code Rocco, get yourself some gear. You guys, this podcast exists because you guys support our sponsors as well, who support us. The reason I have this nice little camera that you see here is provided by the sponsors. So you guys, here we go. Thank you so much for everything. Don't forget to like, share, tell your friends about it, and the Vinny Rock Podcast. What up, dog?
Hey, I'm lucky. I feel good to be here. I feel lucky to be here. It sort of feels like I'm on, I don't know, when you go to the board, right?
Yeah.
You're in front of all them dudes. Yeah. That's kind of how I feel right now, but in a good way, not that like stomach churning, fucked up way that the board feels like, but in a good, like, oh man, I'm nervous, but it's a good nervous. It's really cool. Thank you.
Bro, the first board I ever been to, I was so ready and I blacked out. Like I had no answers for that. I was like, I don't know the answer to that this time for Sergeant. I don't know the answer at this time for Sergeant. Like
Yeah.
every single question, I was like, well, I fucked that up.
Yeah, I the first board I went to, was very, very erroneous. I was charged. I was like, man, send me to the board, man. Fuck, I need it. Yeah, I'm ready. So they said, all right, fuck, we're gonna send you the goddamn board, right? So this was my greens at the time. My greens were all fucked up. My ribbons were all fucked up. And I walked in there. I hadn't really studied, and I fucked it all up. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for the board. So it took about 2 more years for them to send me to another fucking board. So I finally made it though eventually.
I get it. Well, Gerardo, tell me, for the people that are listening and watching, give a little background on who you are, where you started from, and now we're going to be talking about your art. So let's get into that.
Okay, small background, not my entire autobiography. I was born and raised here in San Antonio, Texas. As I was always artsy. I was always drawing. I always had color pencils. I was at a sketchbook out there in school. I had some trouble in a lot of my classes because I was, just doodling in the back of the room. I was that kid to just, I just had my headphones in and I was just doodling in my sketchbook and I wasn't really paying attention. So I was that guy. And then, 2008 comes along. I joined the Army, 20 years old. I joined the Army and I, joined as a combat engineer, 12 Bravo, demolition. And I got stationed at Hood, deployed with them. And then I got stationed out in Germany and deployed with that unit to Afghanistan, out to Germany. I got out of active duty in 2014 and I came back here to San Antonio. And that's when everything sort of started, like all the negative shit started happening for me. I hit like a brick wall. I was tired of the Army. I was burnt out, blah, blah, blah. I hate the Army, blah, 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 blah. That was me in 2014. So I wanted to just come home already, right? Yeah. A lot of guys hit that wall. A lot of guys hit that point where they just don't give a shit anymore and they just want to get the fuck out of there. So that's where I was in 2014. So I wanted to come home. Well, problem with that was I didn't really have a good freaking plan set up. I hadn't really completed any school. I hadn't gotten any certs or anything like that. I didn't get shit because I was training all the time. I was going to the field all the time. I was getting ready for deployments all the time. So sure, that's a big reason why I didn't do it. But then also because I wasn't in the mentality. I wasn't in that mindset of like, hey, I need to get my stuff going here so that I could set myself up for success when I go back to the civilian world. That wasn't part of my plan yet. So I found that out upon my arrival back here to the civilian world. I mean, I hit so many walls and I had the just rudest awakening about that. And I started the alcoholism just through the roof. I couldn't sleep unless I was drunk, unless I was drinking myself to sleep. Because if I tried to go to sleep sober, I was waking up and restless and just like pacing and just like fucking angry and shit like that. So I was drinking myself to sleep a lot, and it was an issue. I had just so many issues, so many things. One thing happened after another, and just boom, crashed and burned.
It's common that a lot of veterans, that struggle, they get out, and it's kind of when you have no plan. The only plan that we have is to drink, right?
And that was because it was what I knew. That the military culture is a very alcoholic culture. So if you're feeling shitty about some mission that went bad, or you're feeling so bad about like, I fucked that board up, so I'm gonna drink tonight. You know what I mean? That's the comfort. That's the go-to comfort. Like, fucking just get fucking wasted. Right?
And even when you do something good too, you also celebrate with alcohol.
Exactly. Hey, we just got back from deployment. We're all alive. Let's get fucked up, right? So that's the comfort. That's the mentality and the culture. And I try, carrying that over to the civilian world to deal with all my issues and all that shit. It wasn't working. Nothing was working. And basically I came to a point where I said, I got to do something. Nothing's working out. I can't have conversations with people. I don't like to be out in public. I'm angry. I'm depressed. I'm frustrated. I'm this and that and that, everything. Just something's got to happen. I got to do something with myself. And like I said, I always had a sketchbook. I was always the platoon designated graphic designer because everybody knew that I was, I had this little extra hidden fucking extracurricular activity that I was doing. So I was always designing the platoon shirts and the company shirts and all that kind of shit. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna start that. I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna pursue some artwork. So on a whim, at the end of my fucking rope, I went over to the art store, got some canvases, got some like some shitty brushes and shitty paint and shitty everything, just to kind of get myself started with the whole thing. And I started just doodling on canvases, and it wasn't shit at the beginning of it. It was crappy little. Have you ever seen how shitty tattoos look on people?
Yeah, I have a
Like
few of those myself.
shitty portraits and shitty lions and shitty flames and crap like that. Okay, well, that's how a lot of my first paintings look, but I wasn't doing it to get any recognition. I wasn't doing it to make any money. I wasn't doing it to show anybody at all.
Yeah.
I was doing it for myself, just to kind of, I don't know, calm myself down
Mhm.
and deal with it in a different way than I had been dealing with it previously. So it was like an outlet. I was trying to find some kind of other positive outlet and a way to channel all that negative energy into something positive. And
Yeah.
that is the task and purpose for why I started doing that. I didn't give a shit
So,
about money at that point.
so this
So
art, let me cut in here.
sure.
This art is essentially, your art is essentially how you've, I guess, transitioned and heal, right? Is it a form of healing when you paint these? Is it a form of just getting some darkness off of you? I say this because of me, dude. Like, if you look at my poems, if you ever listen to my poems or my music, it's dark as fuck, right? But when you meet me in person, I'm like happy, lucky, I'm joking, I'm this other fucking dude. But when you actually sit down and kind of dig deeper into me, when I write, it's dark, and I don't mean for it to be, it's just what comes out, right? It's this interesting thing that I've learned, that why is my writing so emotional? My writing emotional is, I believe, it's this kind of subconscious side of me that wants to come out, and I'm allowing it to come out in writing form, you know?
I think a lot of us have that. A lot of us guys just generally have that in general, but I have found a way, or you found a way, I found a way to do it in a positive way. Because a lot of us, like I said, we're gonna drink, we're gonna do stupid shit, we're gonna hurt people, we're gonna be a harm to ourselves and others if we
Yeah.
don't find a positive outlet. So writing dark fucked up poetry or painting dark fucked up paintings like I do, yeah, it's morbid, it's fucked up, it's dark, but I'm not really hurting anybody. I'm not hurting myself. I'm not causing
No,
harm
for
to myself.
sure, for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? It's getting it out. It's getting it out. It's just like, okay, cool, that's there. It's in some other, it's not in here, it's out there. And I'm kind of, now I can interact socially. Now I can talk to my grandma and my mom on Christmas. Now I
Yeah.
can, you know what I mean? Like, now I'm good. I'm good. Like, let's boom. It's out there. So let's fucking rock and roll. Let's go run some errands and shit and be productive, you know?
Yeah, one of the things I really love is, so I'm looking at your pictures, and the Anthony Bourdain painting is so visceral. There's something about that painting that is like gorgeous, dude. Talk to me about that one, and why were you
everyone
inspired?
everyone freaking loves that painting. I did a mural downtown at this brewery called Back Unturned. Shout out to Back Unturned Brewery downtown San Antonio on Brooklyn Avenue. I reached out to them. I said, "Hey, I'm an artist. I'm a local San Antonio guy. I do murals. If you guys want a mural in here,
Shit.
in your establishment, let's do it." And Ricardo, the owner of Back Unturned, he was like, "Awesome. I love art. Let's do it. Let's get you in here." So I did the mural. And then I said, "Hey, I have canvases and stuff that we can put up on your wall." He said, "Awesome. I love the idea. Let's do it." And then he goes, "Hey man, I want an Anthony Bourdain. I'm a huge fan, and I want you to paint that one for me." And I said, "Okay, cool. Give me like a picture, give me some inspiration pics, and let's go with that." He said, "Cool." So he gave me a couple different pics. I chose that one. I chose that pose where he's kind of like, it looks all.
Yeah.
I chose that one because it looks cool, and then I added a different background to it. I
Yeah.
added all that orange and that pink and blue and stuff like that. And it's all spray paint and it's some stencil work and stuff like that, just to kind of add my touch to it, just so it wouldn't look like an exact copy of the already photograph that's out there. I want
Right.
to add my little spin to it too. You know what I'm saying?
No, I see that, and that's what makes it so cool. It is your version. Like, if you know your art, that is definitely one of your pieces.
Thank you very much. I get a lot of thumbs up for that one. A lot of likes on that one.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm actually gonna share another one on my Instagram right now.
Cool.
It's the one where we happy few, we band of brothers. It's the one where the guys they're carrying. Oh my God, bro! If that doesn't represent something bigger, if that doesn't represent like where our heart's at, like I just shared it right now on my Instagram because I think it's on my stories. It's fucking gorgeous, and you know it's funny. Your strokes, the painting strokes and style, I love. There's something that's so like I don't know how to explain, but I love that texture that's brought to this, the layers that you put in there. It's so fucking dope, dude. And the artistic value that I don't know. I would love to get one for my studio. I'm gonna get something for my studio. I want something.
Sweet. I would love to do something for your studio, brother.
That'd be super dope. Yeah, when I'm done here with Mayans, I'm headed back to Salt Lake City. I have a studio out there. I'm getting the background set up to have more, texture so people can enjoy. Like when doing the podcast, you see some fun shit behind me that represents me, and I think a picture of this. I have an idea for a painting I've wanted for a long time. Maybe we can work on something together where you can. Maybe I'm not going to say. I don't want to say it here because I'd rather us surprise the world with this because it's a very yes, it's a very cool concept of mine that I've thought of for a long time. I've drawn for many years. I've painted as a youngster, and I wanted to get back into it, but life is just a little busy for me to focus back on that art form. But
I understand.
This picture in my head that I have, and I would love for you to do it. And let's just have something cool. We could even I don't even care if we fucking do a raffle and send off to charity later. Whatever we want to do with it.
It would be a dream. It would be an honor of mine, brother.
That'd be awesome, man. So I heard something from Mike that you are a published author, or you're working on getting published. Mike, tell me about.
No. That's the next one, not this one.
Oh, the other knucklehead. Oh, okay.
The next one. That's what happens when I give you too many podcasts to record.
You can't do that, Mike. Mike hit me with 3 podcasts today, which I'm excited about because I want to get more out there. Remember when I put out that list, I said, anyone wants to get some exposure, hit me up. You were on that list, but it's taken us so long to get to you because
I mean, just life, man. Life happens, and that's just the way it is. And I get it. And I've been catching up with a lot of my shit. And you're obviously a really busy dude, so I get how it goes, man.
We're filming the Mayans MC, and we're finishing it up here soon. So I'm excited about that to come out and show the world a little bit of acting skill sets. It's a similar art form in the sense of putting emotions on canvas. I'm putting emotions on.
Yeah, totally. Do you have a little bit more lines in the next season or what? Because like in the first scene, you're kind of back there. Like, hey, that's the guy. Yeah. But you don't really say much. So I'm like, okay, you say more in the second season?
Yeah, I'll tell you this, man. Cool. It's this interesting space of it's like joining the military and being a private. You don't get to say a lot of input. You just kind of you're proud to be there.
You're the noob.
Yeah, and so I was the noob, but now we're coming up on 4 years, and nice. In 4 years I've been putting in a lot of work on my own. I think I've given them the trust that I can do it, and I was definitely given more opportunity. And I like to say I got more meat on the bone this season.
Okay. So I actually had a question for you. Did you bring in some of the other like military dudes that are on that show? Did you talk to them and be like, hey,
which ones?
Like Boyer and some of the SF dudes that are on that show. Like,
no,
they did that.
Yeah, it's this funny thing. By chance, we're all kind of connected, and so when I got in, it was kind of this really outward source that helped me get that. But while I'm in there, I tried. I sent them 4 different veterans that are in acting. Yeah. It never panned out for those guys, but then all of a sudden Nate shows up, and I'm like, "What the fuck, Nate?" So his agent got the call, and then Nate's connected to another one. But at the same time, it is kind of a good old boy system. It's who you know, and Mikal Vega, you know who that is? Mikal Vega, he was in season 2. He's a Navy SEAL. He's got a decent following in the space, and he's been in the Hollywood space more behind the scenes or so as a tech advisor, as a director, as a producer, and he jumped in as a character for the show, and he was fucking brilliant. That was just because he knew someone on the production side who gave him the opportunity to audition. So
Yeah.
um,
Pretty cool.
it's
Pretty
funny.
cool.
I had people tell me like, "Hey, there's a cool ranger who'd be a good actor," and when they tell me that, I'm like, "Well, then go act, dude. I don't fucking. It's not that easy. Like you can't. I can't just say, hey, my friend here, he's a great painter. Bring him over here. It doesn't really work like that too often.
Sure.
But like, I do want to talk to you about painting something really dope and trying to get it on the show. Like I do want to
Sure,
talk to you
yeah,
about, you know what I mean? Like, but
absolutely.
it'd really be like showcasing like, here's what I have. I love like that one painting you have. You have a lady. It's sent. It's this the Santo Muerto, right? You have painted. It's fucking gorgeous, dude. And some
It's
people,
the Virgin Reaper.
it's the Virgin Reaper, right? But
Yeah,
yeah, is that what that is? The Virgin Reaper. So
that's what I called it. Yeah.
and so in like the cartel space, in the Latino space, in the
Oh, I absolutely understand about that because as soon as I kind of pushed that out, those are the kinds of all that kind of feedback that I started getting. They said, "Hey, bro, are you?" I'm like, "No, no, no, no. Look, check this out. This has. I
it's a
understand it's very fucking similar, but this is not what I was trying to do here.
yeah,
And
it's a
that I'm
beautiful
not.
piece
You know what
though.
I'm saying? So I got to
Yeah,
be real careful with that kind of stuff.
yeah. Well, you live in San Antonio, right? And
Yes,
I was a border patrol in Eagle Pass in Del Rio.
I did not know that, but I
Yeah,
know that now. Okay.
yeah, and I actually lived in San Antonio for a while, down off the 90th, where the
I
night.
heard, I heard about that. Yeah.
And my wife is from San Antonio.
Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know you had some kind of some pastimes out here. I
yeah,
understand. Yeah, I understand
yeah.
that.
She's flying out there tomorrow. I was supposed to be there, but I'm working.
Yeah,
And yeah, that's so I'm there probably 2 times of the year. So next time I'm out there, I'd love to just sit down and have a coffee and just bullshit with you.
yeah.
That'd be cool.
Let's do that. Let's do that. That'd be cool, man.
But yeah, well, so when you painted that, I didn't know where it was coming from. I was curious, but at the same time, I love that art form. I respect the art representation of it, and also was like, oh man, I wonder, was he trying to paint something Muerto, right? Like, and whether you were or you weren't, it doesn't matter. It's fucking gorgeous. The colors you used, everything about that painting. Do you still have that?
No, that was a trade piece. I was trading services. I was making shirts. I was getting some shirts for my brand done. And the guy who does my shirts, Rad Lettering over there on the south. Shout out to Rad Lettering on the south side of San Antonio. He did my shirts. He said, "Hey man, I want a painting. I'll do the shirts for the painting if you do something real badass for me, real big and fucking awesome for me, and I'll do it." And I showed him that, and he was like, "Bro, holy fuck, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Bring that shit to the fucking shop. I'll do whatever the fuck you want." And I said, "All right, man, that's
Yeah.
fucking awesome." So
I'm gonna try and
yeah,
get that one. I'm gonna try and get you another commission on that one. I really like that one, and I think I know a good place for it.
you know what I really like on the show on the mines, that fucking statue with the fucking the round belts on it. That
Dude,
looks
knock one out.
badass. That looks badass. I saw, I watched the show. I was like, oh fuck, who the fuck came up with that shit? That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I
So I
see it.
kind of that's the kind of shit that I draw towards. So I like to put I don't know, religious imagery or religious statues or with belt with rounds and knives and shit, like this flag back here, like this,
Mhm.
like I don't know if you see it, like it's got bullets around the halo, you know what I mean? So I do that kind of stuff a lot. So yeah, that kind of drew my attention when I saw the show, the intro to the show.
Yeah, the show has a lot of cool, like the art department kills it in that
Yeah,
sense where you kind of didn't
absolutely.
expect that. I showed up and I was like, well, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah. All the decorations on the like the fence that they have, like their the fucking gate that they have to open, all that cool shit they have. Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought it was really dope. So
that's
yeah.
right. So what's the painting you have behind you right now? I know the people that are listening won't be able to see it, but if you guys jump onto our YouTube,
Oh, this one.
yeah.
This is lead singer of Nine Inch Nails, Trent Reznor.
Oh my God, that's so
Yeah,
gorgeous. Yes, I see it now.
big ass painting.
It
It's
is.
fucking 30 by 40. He's yelling into the mic. He's got the leather jacket. He's on stage, looking really cool.
I watched this 1 hour kind of docu series on him, and it was just so fucking cool. The dude
I've
is
I've been a fan. I've been a fan for I don't know since the '90s, since I was a kid in the '90s, and just been hooked ever since. I like everything he puts out. He recently won the Golden Globe for Sing. What's that new Pixar one? The
Yeah,
new Pixar movie.
he moved into the world of
Mm,
what are they
Scoring
called? Yeah,
movies.
scoring movies, dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the new Pixar one with the jazz guy? Fuck, what's it
Soul.
called? Soul. He
Soul.
just won for that one. He just won the
What a
award for that
great
one. But
that
yeah, so
that movie fucked me up. It was so good.
yeah, it makes you kind of tear up a little bit, cry. All the
Make-
Pixar movies, really, all the Pixar
Yeah.
movies are just like, fuck, why do y'all do this to us? You know?
Dude, you got like, you being a veteran. I tell people this all the time. You being a veteran, you're gonna appreciate it. Have you seen How to Train Your Dragon?
Fuck yeah, I have.
Bro, those movies fuck me up, dude. And here's the thing. The first one was emotional. The second one, the motherfucker loses his leg. So I really associate him with like a combat veteran, right? And it is it's this thing where I'm like, oh my God, it's so good. Fucking incredible.
Yeah. He loses his leg saving somebody, right? Like
Yes,
he
dude.
sacrificed himself and shit. And he gets his fucking leg. Fucking
Yeah, and then he has to figure out how to continue to fly this fucking dragon and shit. So fucking dope. And then he also fixed the dragon's tail who got fucked up. So this is really fucking these cartoons, my kids are watching it and loving it. I'm over here emotionally like, oh fuck, it's so awesome.
I know the kids are loving it. The kids are like, yeah, I want to watch it. But the adults are fucking crying in the room. The adults in the room are like, holy fuck. Yeah. Yeah, it's
dude,
funny. How they do that.
So have you been able to make this your day job full time?
I have had to make it my full-time day job in order to survive. Last year really fucked everybody, and including me. Yeah. And I said, you know what? I really need to. I need to hit I need to floor it with this shit. I need to hit the fucking gas pedal with this damn artwork and really, really try harder. You know, because a lot of us, we mope around and we say, I'm not successful enough. I'm not making enough money. A lot of people aren't really, I'm not this, not that, blah, blah, blah. Right. You know, and I just I listen to a lot of podcasts, right? I listen to like Stump and Rogan and Jocko and all them guys, definitely. And it's like, you can be doing more. You can be doing more. You can be more productive. You can get up earlier. You can work longer. You can work like how much do you want it? How much do you want it? Well, I really fucking want it. I really want to succeed at this. This is my love. This is my passion. This is, I care about this deeply. And this is how I support myself and my family. So I have really, really like just lit a fire under myself and just fucking just hit it full force. And I've had to do that last year because I didn't have a job. I wasn't working. I was a stay-at-home dad taking care of my little girl here. And I said, well, we still got to pay the fucking bills. You know,
it doesn't
we're
stop.
broke. Everybody's fucking broke. All the local businesses are closing down, and it like everybody's in the same situation. Everybody's struggling. It's not just me. You know, it's not just one person. You're not alone here. But what am I going to do about it? What can I do about it in my physical power to make sure that this is, this is successful? Well, do those exact things, man. Well, make those phone calls, write those emails, get up fucking earlier, push some shit out, do it. Let's go. Like, try fucking harder. Try harder.
Yeah, man. There's a thing, in the space that people, it's funny. I've been running into a lot more recently. Is a lot of people are waiting for shit to happen for them, and I keep telling them like it's never gonna happen. You're gonna wait forever. It's just. They, some people they call it perfection paralysis. I've talked about this before on the show. It's like they're waiting for things to be perfect for them to pull the fucking trigger on shit. And that is never going to be the case. Like this podcast, when I first started fucking 3 years ago or 4 years ago, it was not perfect. I just said, fuck it. And it's still not perfect today. And we're still slowly trying to make it great. But if I waited for it to be perfect, I still wouldn't have started. It'd be 4 years later and fucking nothing,
Sure. And I agree with that 100%. It was me. That was kind of my situation back, pre-COVID, 2019, 2018, 2017. As long as I've been doing this, that was sort of my problem. I was just like, okay, I'm an artist. I paint murals. I paint canvases. I'm a custom, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now I just got to wait for the messages to come in and the phone calls to come in. Bullshit. No, you have to make it happen. You have to be more proactive. That's the word.
Sure.
Like, but you need to, like, instead of having to react and wait for shit, which is not going to happen, like you said, you need to you need to fucking go. Like you go, like proactive, like fucking charge towards that shit. You can't just wait there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Do you take commissions? Is that something you always do, or you just like to paint and just sell what you paint?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 commissions right now. So yes, I take commissions all the time. I do commissions plus I paint my own stuff. This was just me. Like I wanted to paint something cool, so I painted that. But then I have all my commissions are all that I've been completed for the last like 2 weeks or whatever. I sent them all out on mail. I could have shown you something that I'd done recently, but all my work has been mailed out. It's been shipped out. So what I have now is just like a wall, a whiteboard full of like the stuff that I have to get done for people. So yeah, the answer is yes. I take custom work all the time.
Is there something that you won't paint?
Yeah, obviously I don't really want to get into anything really negative and really fucked up or hateful or bigoted.
Yeah.
I guess if somebody came at me with like I don't know what's something really something that puts out really just a bad message and bad imagery.
Yeah. You don't want to put your name behind that stuff.
Yeah. Just
it's funny.
Yeah. Okay,
it's like a tattoo artist, right? So I have a tattoo artist buddy. He's very, you have a very particular feel, right? Your paintings have a feel, and my buddy, he's a very specific tattoo artist who only does these little ghosts. Well, he doesn't only, but that's what he's known for. And so, I'm sure there's a space where you want to always create the art that you're proud of, and so like if someone says, hey, I want you to paint this box exactly like this, you're gonna be like, well, it's not gonna be exactly because it's gonna have my touch, right?
Sure. I'll change the background a little bit.
Right. Is you're gonna do your thing to add to it. And so,
yes.
when painting, when someone says, hey, I want to do something, you have to let them know, like, no, this is gonna be my style. And as long as you're cool with that, I'm ready to make it happen.
I'm at the point now where people recognize that. They see my artwork, they see the kind of style that I have, and they specifically request that. They say, look, I want you to paint a portrait of my dog, but I want you to do it in your way, your style,
Yes.
Add your spin to it. You have that sort of artistic freedom to just do whatever the fuck you want to that portrait, and I'm gonna love it. And that's what I did with I've already painted that Bourdain like 5 fucking times.
Yeah.
And I've painted it a little bit different every time. And so the last one, that's what the last guy said to me when he wanted to paint that Bourdain. I said, I've already kind of started done that same style. I'm going to do something a little bit different this time, but you're going to like it. And he said, all right, cool. I trust you. And I did something a little different, changed the colors, changed the, but it was fucking awesome. So I'm at a point now, I've done a little bit of my time and people kind of recognize the artwork a little bit. And they say, yeah, man, I want you to do it your way, your style.
What is a common rate for you? I know it probably changes based on the size and the work, but what is an average painting? Maybe that painting behind you, how much is that painting probably worth?
I charge 5 for that one, 500.
Yeah, that's not bad at all, dude. That's a great rate.
500 for that one. It's based on time and labor. If it's something like that where it's just one dude on it yelling into a mic, $500. But if it's your whole fucking squad from OIF or whatever, all geared up, looking all badass and shit, I'll probably charge a little more for that.
No, I love it.
Yeah, which I do that a lot. I do a lot of fucking operators. Marines and shit. Cool guy pics. You know what I mean? From downrange. Standing in a fucking fucked up tank or some shit like that, like all that kind of stuff. I do paintings like that very frequently. A lot of military guys reach out to me and they want the cool guy pic, the Rambo pics from downrange,
Yeah, there's some cool ones in here. It's a lot of military like members running or carrying their weapon, very common postures that we all have experienced.
Yeah. And the one that people really resonate with, the one that people relate to a lot is that fucking 240 guy. The 240 center with he's got the 240 like this on his back and he's just fucking sucking at life because he's probably been walking for fucking 13 hours and now he's got to walk back 13 hours. So he's
so honest.
So
it's so honest. Oh yeah, dude. Before we go forward, I gotta hit up this sponsor real quick. Manscaped is a sponsor of ours. You guys can get 20% off. Use the promo code Rocco and free shipping. This is just part of the sponsorship deal that we do with Manscaped. So you guys go check them out. I'm gonna put links on this. We'll put a little thing. They got, the lawn trimmer. The lawn mower, I think it's called. I'll get the proper name for it. But hey, it'll trim you down, right? I used to have a bunch of chest hair. You couldn't even see the tattoos. Got it cleaned up. Mama loves it. You know how it goes. But that's where it is. But back to your 240 Bravo. So I was in Ranger School carrying this bad boy, and I'm gonna put it on here so people can see. But it's a little, that 240 Bravo picture right there is insanely dope. I think it's so cool, man. And there's something, and you use spray paint is most of your work.
I change it up a little bit. Sometimes I use spray paint in the background. Sometimes you airbrush. Sometimes I just splatter artwork onto the canvas and just give it a little bit of texture and make it look a little bit more interesting, a little cooler than just some. Oh yeah, like fucking dudes love all the Joker shit. Oh, they love all the movie shit, all the Joker shit, all the Bill the Butcher shit, all the Pulp Fiction shit.
It's a lot of pop culture stuff, and which is dope. I see there's I just passed the Boondock Saints. Love that movie.
Yep,
that's incredible.
I used to do shows at the gun shows, the monthly gun shows here, because it's Texas, it's America. You do gun shows every month, or we used to do gun shows every month pre-COVID, right? So I used to take all my work there and set up at like a little table, and a lot of that demographic, a lot of those dudes out there, ex-Rangers, ex-Marines, ex-fucking SEALs, ex-fucking SF, ex-fucking you name it. They're there at the gun shows, and it's fucking awesome. It's a great crowd. They all take their kids and stuff like that, and they fucking love that stuff. A lot of the dudes that are like super fucking badass, like operators, military guys, they don't want anything to do. They don't want to fill their house with more military shit. More often than not, they want something pop culture. They want something a little bit different than they're already fucking used to seeing, for most of their fucking lives or whatever. So a lot of those guys, especially like with their kids or with their young teenagers, oh man, they eat that, like the movie stuff up and the pop stuff.
After today, I'm telling you, you're gonna get a lot more people knowing your work. I've just shared about 5 or 6 of your paintings on my stories for Facebook because they are unreal. They are dope, dude. And it's something so honest. Even the Fury one.
That Fury one is my favorite. That was a commission piece. I did that for a dude that was in the invasion in 2003. He was on a tank. He was in 3ID on a fucking tank, rolling into Baghdad on his tank. And he's an awesome fucking guy. I love this dude. He was a vendor there at the gun show. And really cool dude. He said, "Hey man, I love your artwork. I want you to do a fucking Fury for me because I was a tanker and I was in the invasion and I would fucking love that." And that to this day is my number one favorite fucking commission piece I've ever fucking painted. It looks dope as fuck. I love it.
It's dope, man. You caught the essence of that character, of that scene. It's the way you painted it looks so good, dude. I'm gonna share that one too now.
I'm insanely proud of that piece. I was still fairly new. I was still green when I painted that one, and then I was able to knock that out, and I said, "Holy fuck!" I was kind of impressed with myself. I was like, "God damn, this is." I don't know how the fuck I pulled this off. I don't know how I did it, but I'm very glad that. I'm very proud of how it fucking came out. And I think looking back on it now, retrospect, the thing that made the difference on it was that I took a lot more time on that one than I usually did it with other paintings at that time. With other paintings at that time, I was, doing a couple sessions on them, 1, 2, 3 sessions, boom, knocked it out, done. But that painting right there took me like 2 fucking weeks to like go in there every day and consistently work on it more. So like 2 weeks through, like it took me longer to do that one than it did like a lot of the other ones. So
it looks great. It looks great. I'm gonna look at some pictures. I'm gonna try and think of something, but I thought about that one piece I want us to collaborate on. I think you'll love the idea. Cool. It really is kind of part of the struggle, but it's the success. It's this really interesting idea. So we'll talk about that later offline. You'll love it.
All right.
But dude, tell the listeners and the viewers where they can find you, where they can request a commission, and anything else you want to give a shout out to, man. This is your time. Go for it.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a super badass, like professional artist. I'm not like well established or anything. I'm just a guy. I'm a guy that lives in a house and a painting, whatever. So I have a Facebook and I have an Instagram, and they're both, if you're on Facebook and Instagram, both are Ghost Custom Art. That's it. You can just type that in on either one of those apps, either one of those social medias. Ghost Custom Art is where you can find me. And yeah, go ahead and send a message to there. So private message, DM, whatever. Yeah, you can do that. And I encourage people all the time. Yeah, man, just write me a message, write a comment or whatever, leave something in there to let me know that you're interested in something. Don't just, I can't read your mind. I don't know if you're gonna, like, if people are interested or not. You gotta, like, hey man, I would like to talk to you about something. DM me. All right, cool. So again, Facebook and Instagram, Ghost Custom Art.
Love it, brother. Well, thank you so much for taking the time, man, and definitely going to work with you in the future and figure something out. And I hope all the success, man. I shared 5 or 6 of them right now while we were on here on the stories, and hoping you get a huge influx of people like, what the fuck, where do you get that from? And hopefully, we can get this to be, I would love to try and connect with other veteran podcasts and try and get you on. I think they need to see your art. I think it's beautiful. And
I would deeply appreciate that, man. I deeply appreciate you having me, you taking the time out of your busy schedule to have me on here and talk to me for a little bit. And I appreciate it all, brother. Thank you so much.
And I'm going to probably get you to design an album, a single cover for one of my songs I'm thinking of. And so that'd be cool too. So we'll work on some stuff.
Cool. Thank you very, very much. I look forward to hearing from you in the near future, brother.
For sure, brother. All right, man. You take care. Have a good night.
You too. Thank you.